This is another episode of Conversations with Satan, where these are real people that I have been and are investigating and are hunting me and harassing me, trying to lie to me. Like I've talked about, you will need to watch other parts of Conversations with Satan. If this is your first one, that's kind of okay as long as you understand what my channel is about. These videos are dedicated to proving that the Illuminati is real and they're hunting me, and that I have much evidence to give, and that people need to hear me out. Now, I don't want to hear anything about being schizophrenic or delusional if you have not watched more than a half an hour of my video. If you've watched a half an hour of my video, or I'd say an hour, if you've watched an hour long of my videos, I would understand why you are thinking and feeling what you're saying. And honestly, I wouldn't, because I would say if you watched an hour of my video, you would know I'm not schizophrenic or delusional, and yes, you're schizophrenic and delusional. So this person here, named Martin Luna Olivia. Now, I fell in love with Jesus, so I am fine, and he can deal with haters. They're basically trying to insinuate that this kid here, with the one eye, like the Illuminati, half blinked out to represent maybe some sort of having faith in them, and that this is their disguise or something. Now, they want me to think that they're Jesus. Now, if you've watched all my other conversations with Satan, they always try to insinuate that they're Jesus. They try and talk about Jesus being Satan, Jesus being Lucifer, and these are all across different people. Talk about Christ consciousness, a couple of them talked about my Holy Spirit, like it was like some sort of, it seems like they're advertising. They're literally advertising some sort of pseudo cult-like pseudo religion, which means a not really real, like a not real but seems real. That's what pseudo kind of means. It's very similar to that. And now this person's basically trying to insinuate that they're Jesus at the same time as this person, Guillermo, had very similar. Now I'm looking for common themes, like what can connect all these people that are acting very strange, talking like how many people could I have talked to that seems to be talking about Jesus in a way that relates to Satan, and a lot of them talk in a we. A lot of them say we when they talk. Most people don't talk about a we. Now, if you've seen all my other conversations with Satan, you would already know by now that there's a bunch of people saying that Satan is Jesus, Jesus is Satan, and that people are saying that they are Jesus. Some people are saying that they're insinuating that they're Jesus, and there's a bunch of people trying to say they're my dad. You would have to watch every single one of the episodes in order to really get the full extent. So obviously, anyone by now, if you watch those videos, you know I'm not schizophrenic, and I can tell that no one has watched all of my video. No one has watched any of my new videos because, like I said, the Illuminati is basically trying to shut me down and blacklist me from the internet, where I can't even add people on Facebook anymore. It says I don't know them. Because you can't add this person because you don't know them yet, and I have to message them, and then when I try to message people, I can't really message them. It's very strange to think of Facebook as a place where I can't message people. I understand not everyone's going to answer. I understand that, but what's up with these? Now, these people post and do stuff, and then I can't reach them. So if they're online, how come most, I'd say like 80% of my messages don't get through? Oh, most of them at least. You know, I don't know, maybe not 80%, but yeah, most of them. And I also can't add friends. So, let's look up like a random name. Now, this is very strange, where I can't add, like, anyone. I'd say at least 95% of the time, I can't add any of these people. They'll see you may not know this person. Isn't that why I'm messaging them? Now, if you see my other videos, there's been times where I was messaging people, and not only would it not go through, it would say, this could not send to this person. And once I started reporting about it online, it stopped doing it. Now, I think they're trying to find a way to blacklist me from the internet, and that's why my channel has been getting less and less views the more and more evidence I have. And that's concerning to me because I don't know where to find people that will actually be willing to sit down and listen to me. Guillermo is one of these people that I'm talking about. I said, hey, and he's smiling. Basically, now whether he's one of them or whether he's someone trying to sell some sort of ideology or page or channel, now he'd be smiling this possibly. It's a possible thing that could happen. So this is me, um, telling people about my my channel and stuff. I think it's normal. People doing stuff like that. Wow, I see one to guess. Watch ASAP. Okay, no, no, no. And he says, then he tries to sell me something. Read it, my friend, crossly. So then, like I said, there's a very similar common theme between all these people. Some of them talk, a couple of them talk about Jesus being Satan, Satan being Jesus, uh, Jesus being Lucifer, Lucifer being Jesus. A bunch of people insinuated that they're me. A bunch of people said that they are Jesus. You would have to watch every single conversations with Satan to understand what I'm talking about is true, and that I'm not lying about anything I'm talking about, and that there's been over 15 people randomly. I mean, random. What are the odds that these random conversations with people, and in the last couple of days, people saying that they are lizard people and that they heard about them, and um, just a bunch of crazy things. People on my YouTube comments saying that ready to join us and stuff like that. I know that some of these people might be trolls on YouTube at least, but what about? I mean, I would argue not. I would argue that this is real to the point where that none of them are trolls. But what about on Facebook where they don't know my YouTube? That wouldn't really make much sense. That how they know any of that stuff? These are just random people supposedly on the internet. So, and then he talks about how in this created world essentially and how the earth is only an echo, radio, sonic creation in you, also demons and angels. Do you not care about demonic invasion? For my mind is made the world on the life, and other people who likes others may believe in life to the same world, but exit not only world. Demonic invasion is bad functioning by psychological unfoldments. This nurture to all people. The system error occurs for reasons, but it's relatively like this is, believe it or not, one of them trying to pretend to portray a human that might be in this. At the same time, as knowing that I'll be able to understand, um, and that he's selling some sort of thing where they want me to basically, one, not only sound schizophrenic, two, be intimidated, three, hopefully I'll believe some of these lies and think that maybe he's God talking some weird like language when it just sounds like a pseudo language. It is a pseudo language. But he's like not inside a world. Yes, the world is made inside us, and we are housed inside one being. Like the other guy that said that I'm only inviting negative energy in, and that's why demons are hunting me. He basically said, he was basically, I went over it in another video, and he was basically saying that the reason why I'm experiencing what I'm experiencing is because of the negative vibration. I mean, it is literally insane to think that there's demons telling me that the reason demons are hunting me is because, and they also insinuated when they were talking to me that they're they and a we, and that he knows that there's demons after me and he's very familiar with it. I mean, basically insinuating that they know me. There's people insinuating and saying that they know me before they know me. And these are all not have anything to do with YouTube. There's no way they're a troll. I mean, this is it's just me randomly messaging people and wondering how the hell is a random person messaging on Facebook happen to be one of the people that's hunting me. And they're insinuating a they and a we, and all of a sudden I have the Illuminati page saying we're here to protect you, and stuff like that, and crazy stuff lying. Like I was filming to the Nephilim help people with mental illnesses and stuff, and lots of crazy stuff happens to me, and it's all stuff that could be. How is a guy that's at McDonald's trolling me? He wouldn't know my YouTube channel, so it doesn't really make much sense. And if you combine that with all I talk about, all that I experience in real life, then it's just more of the people around me trolling. Now I would say they're trolling me, but it's actually them. Like it's like they're messing with me. It's only a product of sensory game energy. The world around the people all inside the world, the people all around inside you is pure illusion of your senses, making for time effects and energy. I mean, just yeah. I mean, I explain here. That is a pseudo-religion, cult-like attitude and language that does not make sense and is not real. Does that make demons go away? What people inside of me now? That's the thing. He's basically trying to insinuate that there are people inside of me. Now, there's a couple people talk about Christ consciousness, and I always listen to my Holy Spirit. There's a girl literally insinuating that, and I have it on tape, on footage, and live, not live, but I have it showing what she said. She said there was a Holy Spirit that she could talk to that will tell her if what I say is real or not. And someone else said the same exact thing. Now, I don't know how to say anything other than, well, that's insane and delusional, and that's not true. A couple people talk about a Christ consciousness, like I mentioned. All these people talking in we's and they, and this acting very cult-like and strange. Um, well, I faculty to you the truth. You cannot read. Okay, good day, bye bye. I am very punk star. I have no patience. Better if you become user of pornography. And that says, I wish to learn about the people inside of me. Are you saying like God or alien? Do you believe in Christ consciousness? You are great. It's almost like he's basically saying, yes, I believe in Christ consciousness. Don't worry, you're okay. Like he's basically slightly insinuating, yes, he does believe in that stuff, and that he's God, and that he's inside me. Can you answer my questions? All the environment is created inside you. Like if that occurs outside you, the world of creatures. So you're saying I create my own reality. What about yours then? Now he's linking to the person that said that I'm in. A couple people mentioned that that my negative energy is making the demons come after me. That they're basically trying to say that it's my fault and there's nothing I can do. I just gotta change my energy and that's why they're after me. I mean, it's basically one of the reasons was he said you should stop making those videos, and I talk about it in the video where it's almost like he's insinuating that because I'm making the videos and I'm in such a negative state that I shouldn't make videos. I mean, I put it online. Are you saying it's an aggregate situation where, okay, the life will not create around you if it's only if you become awareness of the world and making inside you to become a chronaut, and so you create your own reality. Good question, good mind. So you create yours and I create mine? No, you are psychological unfolding. You are a psychological unfolding of mine. So now he's not. Now it's almost like he's not. He's not portraying someone that's selling some pornography, whatever. Um, he's basically saying I'm inside of him, and he's the one inside of me, and I'm inside of him, inside of me. Now I know this might sound weird, but bear with me. Now with all the Christ consciousness stuff, and at least two people have talked about a voices inside their head, and there's people on YouTube that literally said, I'm gonna be the voice inside their head. These weird stuff that these people are saying to me. It's only that they want to start sending telepathic stuff to my brain. Hopefully that doesn't happen. And I can go into more about all the torture that they go through. You are a psychological unfolding of mind. I mean, that would be my worst nightmare if people start having voices in my head. I mean, talking about Christ consciousness and we are all God. They are always trying to insinuate that we're all God and all this really weird stuff. I have videos of someone saying, I said, you believe in Jesus? And he said, oh, baby Jesus, and he pointed to me. And then he started talking about Satan. Jesus, Satan is Jesus. I mean, many people, if you've watched all my videos, are talking about stuff like this to me. And add on my body. The reality built because he's basically trying to say I'm inside of him and that he's like the whole universe. Fully to my body and you are inside of me. So now he's not just selling some sort of weird chronocracy. He's trying to say he is chronocracy. He's not selling working for chronocracy. It's like he's trying to say that it's like he's creating his own religion. It's cult. It's like he's saying he is chronocracy. He is the universe. So we're inside of him, and there's people inside of me, and I'm inside of him. I mean, really crazy stuff. It's almost like the same stuff that the Christ consciousness people are talking, where there's someone who said Christ consciousness, it's the second coming. And I was like, what do you mean it's the second coming? And then another person, we are all gods. And if you don't know that Jesus is Lucifer, then I'm not talking to you yet. You don't deserve to talk to me. All this weird stuff, created in other permissions of the primary atom housed in, does it mix in reality is created by most people thinking about something. Yes, the system that creates the reality of the world is based on what each one believes about himself. I think this guy, like I told you, is linking to the person that also says something about I'm inviting people in with my negative energy, that they want me to think that the reason these people are coming after me is my fault, and I'm just believing it, and that's what's happening. If I think bad stuff in my head, it'll happen, it's not them doing it, it's basically my fault. I mean, they all connect to some weird, strange agenda that they want me to pick up on and hope I sound schizophrenic about. Like I told you, I'm like Sherlock Holmes with all this. And these are just random people online. I would love to hear a conversation where someone's like, well, what if he's trolling you? No, because this is a random person on the internet that I'm talking to. And it happens to link up with all the other stuff, and he doesn't know my YouTube. And what he believes about him around the world. And my YouTube is not on my Facebook. What about free will? Is a game of corresponds. And now another thing is, free will is a consequence of a dampening game of the energies. Now, if you pay attention, there's a couple other people that said something about life being a game, and that is the whole game. They talked about life like a school, a classroom, and that was the person that was talking about we, talking in very strange ways, talked about how Jesus is Lucifer, and then he called me the devil. So these people all seem to have similar rhetoric, similar ideologies, similar cult-like pseudo-religious attitudes, and it all adds up in a common theme where they, just like in real life, not virtual life that's online, that's also real, but not, not online life, they also, the online and offline people, both want me to think that Jesus is Lucifer and that I'm like the true son of Lucifer, or that I'm a little girl, or a dog. They've insinuated so much stuff online and offline, where a guy even said, I am Satan in the flesh, and I've come to turn you into my personal pet. And it wasn't even on a video where I was talking about the little girl dog stuff, so if someone watch this, you will have to watch all my prior videos, or at least a couple of them, where if you have not seen, I said, you will need to see at least an hour of my videos in order to really understand what is going on here. So this guy also says game, and like I said, there's at least another person or two that all connect with this. All these same people. One day I will name every single one of these people and do something with this. God, time is that God, good. The game is called existence. So now that I told you, they also have some sort of weird copycat disorder. Now, you gotta understand, there's very similar pictures of where Jesus Christ has hand signals, where he does the Baphomet sign, the rock and roll sign, and something that looks like the OK sign. And then now they copied that because it's the same stuff that the devil does. And don't think that Jesus is Lucifer, because that's mentally insane. Now the copycats, new heaven and new earth in Revelations in the Bible is what God talks about, and they also talk about a new world order. 33 degrees, 33 is when Jesus died. Now, it's crazy to think. There's also other things where they copy me even around me. They will copy the stuff I talk about, where the guy, Lucifer Darkspeed, if you see from my other videos, where they admitted to being alien infiltrators. They admitted to being lizard people, and a bunch of other things, and they seem to copy me at times, or try and do stuff. They will even copy my body language and the way I walk, and just really weird stuff. Or like when I first got to a motorcycle accident, I was walking around the limp, I saw a bunch of people with limps around, and it was more than usual. And I pick up on patterns like a Rain Man, like OCD. Um, from time, I am energy, believing to be energy life. So basically saying, that is playing God. He said, God, good. The game is called existence. I don't know, it starts like God, good. The game is called existence. From time, I am energy, believing to be energy alive. Now, you might say, well, it sounds like a schizophrenic, he sounds delusional. Yeah, but he has the same kind of rhetoric and ideology and common themes that links him to some of the other people, online and offline. He's basically trying to say that he's God, I'm inside him, and that he's inside me, and I'm inside him. Like, he's been saying he's the environment, because I said that this is my body, you shall eat of it, and when you're talking to me, you're basically talking to someone who's everything and nothing, and that's some of the stuff that I talk about in some weird, strange way, but it's they try to take it, flip it, and use it in the wrong context and misinterpret me, and also copy me all at the same time. So, if you've seen my other videos about how I made music before I got here, and city streets and signs that all point to the fact that God is real, they're trying to take a different perspective on that. Now, look at this. Chronocracy, truth. So, he basically said he is God. And there's a lot more people where that came from. Now, look at this person. Lindsay Velasquez. I do not pretend to know everything, yet I study as much as I can. I happen to know reptilians and aliens, and guess what? They are not all bad people either. Some of them are on our side. I should explain that the ones I know are hybrids, though. They make a difference. That hadn't crossed my mind until now. As a healer, serpent energy is very healing and powerful wisdom. Not just in Kundalini, way most are familiar, but also through movement of ancient knowledge and wisdom. The serpent is feminine energy. The feminine has been feared long enough, the taboos need to stop. The reason everything is seen as good or evil, eyed the duality conscious we're in. All is holy, like it or not, all is connected. Now, basically, I'm trying to interrogate these people psychologically, like an undercover police officer. Look at all my um, videos. You understand how this is going about. I haven't been in direct contact with them in a while. I'll reach out. Now, you might say that person's trying to be like a hipster, just saying that, trying to be cool. That's what I meant by like a hipster. Um, you know, just lying. And again, keep in mind, these people don't know my YouTube and don't know I talk about lizard people other than just saying Lucifer's a lizard person. I don't think this person's gonna. Why would that person troll me and try to pretend that they know them? All that weird stuff. Now, links up, that's a common theme. That means that she's linked to the other people. She's one of them, saying she knows some of them. It's just like some weird. I don't even know if that's reverse psychology. Um, and then she insinuates that some of them are good because they want me to think that some of them are good, some of them are bad, and that the ones around me are good. And it's basically like a Trojan horse for me, thinking that Jesus is Lucifer and Lucifer is Jesus, and I'm assuming that they want me, in which I know it's true. They want me to think I'm the Lucifer part. When if anything, I'd be the Jesus part since they're Lucifer. I mean, these people are insane. And then this guy, see how his picture looks like Jesus? I think that's literally a depiction of Jesus. Sakha Patel, he posted on my page and he said, puffed, like P-F-F-F-T, like, pfft. And I was like, what's the puffed for? And then he talked about like fear mongering or something, and I don't know. And then I look on his page, and look what's on his page. A snake, like Lucifer is a lizard person. And then where energy flows, attention goes. They're trying to make me think that I'm doing this to myself. He's linked to the guy in the beginning of the video, Guillermo. That's Guillermo Sakita Fatal. All the people I'm talking about, over the 15 or 20 people, I'd say over 20 people I've talked about, has a picture of Pennywise. And Jesus? Or is that... It looks like a picture of Jesus, but also apparently it's him. It's like I don't know. I think that's literally a cartoon picture of him, and he just kind of, I don't know, he looks similar to Jesus, but that's not Jesus. I mean, I look like Jesus. And then there's a snake here. And then, like, the girl also, she has a black eye or something. And now this. There's a dog. And F that priest. Now, I think he actually erased his story over here, where it said, come home and get beaten up. And it was right before that picture of the girl. I think he actually erased it. Alright, get your ass in the effing house right now before I beat your ass. Apparently, there's this weird code that only parents will understand. Think about it. And all the people pretend to be my parents online. Jesus is Lucifer now. there's a snake there, Pennywise. They want me to think that Pennywise is just part of the interconnectedness, and that the lizard people, some are good, and that it's a test of faith, and that Jesus is Lucifer is Jesus. They're basically trying to say that Jesus is a lizard person, and they're just a different part of the universe, and that I'm, through thinking that these bad things are happening to me, it's happening to me because the other person also talked about energy, and they're all interconnected. There's all these common themes linking all these people together. They are all the same person. Like I said, who would want me to be a little girl or a dog or think that Jesus is Lucifer and Lucifer is Jesus, Satan is Jesus, Jesus is Satan? Satan would. And what is Satan? Satan is a hive mind of reptilian aliens. Now they all want me to think that there's good lizard people and that Jesus is a lizard person. Man, that's basically what they're saying. When they say Jesus is Satan and Lucifer lizard people, so they basically want me to think that Jesus is a lizard person. And they've been insinuating that they're my father all the time. They've hunted me online and offline. You would have to see all my messages where the people around me couldn't possibly be trolling me because they wouldn't be seeing my YouTube. And my Facebook doesn't have any of these videos because it's possible that someone could just comment on my thing and say, oh, I'm one of them after you, just to freak me out, or whatever they'd be trying to do to me. But how would people who don't know those videos are real be doing the same thing? A lot of these people, more than you'll ever know, are all insinuating that they're, oh, Jesus isn't me. They don't understand. You would have to watch every single, and like that girl, I said, do you know Jesus? She said, that's who I am. That's why I can do this. I mean, it's just sad that, I mean, it's just so obvious. It's hidden right in plain sight. Pennywise, snake. Then I think they started to say that looks like Jesus. And like it's also he smokes a cigarette. Like, that one is just here or there, but still, crazy stuff in this world. So that's another conversations for Satan. I mean, I'll see if they keep coming. I feel like there's no way they're gonna stop doing this because they want me to truly believe that they're Jesus Christ. They want me to think that I'm Lucifer and that we're the same person, but they say they were the opposite at times. So I don't understand. They want me to think they're trying to corrupt me, make me gay, trans. So they want to make me sin. I mean, they are insinuating that gay and trans stuff is a sin. They want to make me sin. Who would want to make me sin? Lucifer and Satan, the lizard people. Now, who is those people? The Illuminati. Now, when the Illuminati, now, if you don't know, Illuminati is satanic, and the Illuminati is Satan. Illuminati is lizard people is Satan and Lucifer. And that would also then, and you can infer that they would want me to sin. They would want to target me for what I'm talking about. So it makes so much sense how it all connects to me. I mean, there's so many reasons why these people would be after me for what I talk about. So it's like, I can't understand how someone, I mean, I guess I can understand why someone would only watch a minute or two on video and think, nah, I'm not gonna watch that. And I just get a bunch of likes from people clicking on it for like a couple seconds at a time. But I need someone to watch it fully. I need someone to genuinely watch a full video of mine. These people are literally gang stalking me. I'm considering getting in a private investigator and then hoping that the private investigator will, like, I want to study what a private investigator would say. What would a private investigator say about all this? So, I'll be making more conversations with Satan and all sorts of crazy stuff. There's a guy that talked to me the other day that I said, I don't know, okay, I was wondering if I could, talk to you about God, and then the way he insinuated, he said, oh, what do you want done? And it's like, no, I mean, I was gonna teach, not, an interview. See what's going on with some of the people around me. Like, really just talk to them. Like, interview the people around me. Like I have. If you've seen some of my videos where I've interviewed so far 3 people around me, and they've all seemed so suspicious that you would have to pause. I don't even know if you would exactly need a body language expert to pick up on how suspicious they're being. The Nephilim don't help people that are mental illnesses. And he said, I never view the Nephilim as the enemy. The Nephilim are known as being the lizard people and the devil. So he's basically saying he goes to church, but he views the devil as not an enemy. That's literally basically what he's saying. I mean, he was pretending to be all special and mentally challenged at the same time. Like, seeming like he said he took meds and stuff like that, but it's like, it just seems like that's similar, same common themes where I don't know if those meds are really working. Like, I don't know if he takes meds. You know what I mean by that? I don't think, I mean, does he feel the meds? You know what I mean? They're beings. Like, it doesn't matter if he takes meds. it's not he's not really crazy. He's acting crazy. He was even laughing at me a couple times. Like he's like, so I don't know. Well, I'd say watch the other. It's your first conversation with Satan. You see the other ones. They're really really crazy. The Satan telling my name one. That's another big one. There's so many times where they just insinuate that they're Jesus Christ and that they're God, God's one, and they try to tell my dad, and they hunt me online and offline. They're not trolling me because how would they? How they know? How they know any of this? So please keep watching my videos and warn people. This is dangerous. This isn't just some ghost sighting that you ignore. This isn't just some alien UFO sighting you ignore. Aliens walking in the woods and people believe it at times. This is different. This is literally like demons walking around, like hurting and stalking people, and you never know what they're doing to other people. They're literally torturous. They're torturous. They're evil. They're the devil. And if the devil's real, that means religion's real, and you should be changing your lives. You wouldn't just sit and do the same thing as before you found out God was real, assuming. So, please share this and warn as many people as possible this is real.